What's up everyone, Shark Eyes back once again with another classified review for you. And today we are looking at Iron Grenadier Cobra Metalhead. A figure that just out of the blue arrived here in Australia, and after a little toing and froing between myself and the retailer, I was able to get mine today, not long after it arrived. So without further ado, let's rip into this. So, starting with the box here, nice cover art there, don't know who the artist is. Quick look at the loadout, the reflection might be a bit tough, but obviously we're back to the windowed boxes. And I emphasize the Cobra Metalhead because obviously they've lost the license to just call him Metalhead. Someone must have taken that trademark and ran with it. Looking at the side art, very similar to the front. It's pretty cool actually, I'm a fan of that. Very nice. Here's number 118 in the line. You have the QR code to nowhere, but we have the roles and skills that I like to look at, and they are bigger this time and a lot easier on the eye. So well done Hasbro on that front. So first up, you have Ordnance, and here's a level 3 in that. Next one over, you have Launcher, and here's a level 4 in that, which makes sense considering what he comes with. This one here is Anti-Armor, here's a level 3. And the last one is Computer Technology, and here's a level 2. So that's the box. It looks snazzy, jazzy, and all that razzle dazzle. So why don't we open them up and have a look inside. Before we do that though, I will just show you the back. The cover art, which is we've all seen before. You got to look at the Grenadier's tampo on his left shoulder, and some more of the backpack, I believe. The legalese down the bottom, the GIJoe.com, which leads you to nowhere, basically just a Hasbro site, and you've got these over here again. That's the box. We're here for the figure. That's the important stuff, and I'm very excited to look at this. Now, before I do crack this out of the plastic, I should say, if you are new to the channel, discovering it for the first time, and you like what you're seeing so far, and you're loving the sounds of my fantastic Aussie baritone voice, then throw a like to the video, throw me a sub. Now that Australia, Zing Stores here, where I got this from, are a fan channel partner with Hasbro, I wouldn't be shocked if we see some more Joe stuff coming to our shores sooner rather than later. So check out the other videos if you like. I've been few and far between lately because, well, there hasn't been much product. I've got a couple other things on the boil that I haven't reviewed yet. Some of those gridiron items and another piece that I've already filmed, which will be coming soon to the channel. Anyway, we're here for Metalhead, so let's do this. So we'll start with the figure, and let's see how easy it is to get out of the plastic. As we all know, those ties we had to contend with for a while, had to be unraveled and so on. The arms are pretty firmly in there, but he is coming out, and his hair has popped off. And if you would have seen some of the leaked images that floating around the net and social media the last couple of days, you would have seen that this is him without the hair, which is not supposed to be the case. So I'm guessing when that guy took the photo, he'd just gotten out of the box and the hair had done the same thing as mine did and popped off. So let's have a close look at the face sculpt. And if you look really closely there, I'm going to zoom in a bit more, might make it a bit easier. You'll see that he has a teardrop tattoo right there, which is cool. More ink in the line, I am here for it. Now, something that was revealed prior to this figure coming out was the Cold Slither tampo on here. So I'm going to have a little zoom in there and we'll have a look at that. And it's also, as you can see, got some notches on the chin plate here. But yeah, obviously a fan of Zartan and the Dreadnoks. But back to the figure. T-pose was really easy straight off the bat. No resistance whatsoever. Head jutting easily forward and backwards. The mullet does kind of inhibit him putting his head back, but if you take that off, you can see that his head can go all the way up. It might be different with the helmet on, I'm not too sure. But that mullet is glorious, look at it. Yeah, this figure is like a little loose in the waist. Can you see that? He does stay upright, doesn't fall down, but that is quite loose compared to some previous releases. I just hope that's not going to be an issue further down the line. Well, left leg is a bit stiff. I'm not going to force that. Let's try the right one. Right one's a bit easier. Ankle rockers are fine there. This would probably need to be heated. Don't force things, kids. Yep, feet are good. Ankle rockers are good. Arm bends are good. Nice. Have a close look at the secondary here. Pouches on pouches on pouches. Rob Liefeld would be impressed. Sheath for a knife. You got the ball pegs for the launchers that attach. Obviously, a perfect nod to the original figure. Looking at the back, the detailing here is cool because I don't recall the original figure having anything like this. It's really nice. Some solid paint apps. Obviously, got a couple of gauges there, power gauges. Very cool. Yeah, it's a nice figure. I'm impressed. Let's see how well he stands. Unassisted. First time out of the box. Gotta love that action. To avoid me going through these like all the noise, what I'm going to do is stop, get them out, and then we'll do it. It'll be a lot easier and a lot more efficient and a lot less painful on the ear. Stand by, folks. Okay, so let's get the reuse out of the way. Starting with the submachine gun. This came with the Valkyrie pack, I believe. And look, you know, the repaint is nice. It does suit the color of the figure. Will my metalhead be using it much? Probably not, but it does make sense, like for an ordnance guy to have some other armament when his missiles do run out, because he is only carrying 4 of the damn things. So that's all fair in love and war. So yeah, we're not going to really go over that too much. You've seen this before. If you've seen the Valkyries, you know, there's not much else to it. It's nice enough. Then you've got the assault rifle, which I believe also came with the Valkyries, maybe? I don't actually have that set. It's just one that I bypassed, wasn't interested in. But yeah, feel free to correct me in the comments. I know someone will. And yeah, again, rinse repeat with what I just said. It's got the grenade launcher, so again, makes sense for an ordnance guy. Have a bit of extra heat to back himself up with. Alrighty. Probably the weakest accessory of the lot is this knife. It is, I dare say, reuse once again, and it is quite flimsy. Getting it out of the plastic, it was bending, so just be mindful of that. We might as well just go ahead and pop that in here because, as you guys know, the carpet monster can eat such things, so we'll just jam that in there and be done with it. And that fits snug. It's not coming out, which is good, because I don't know about you guys, but I won't be using it. All right, let's do the alternate hair next. It's probably easier if I just hold this one up. It's got the trademark goggles, that we have come to know this character to have. And looking at it closely, they are attached. You can't remove those. So let's get rid of this mop. Throw the other one on top. He's a mean looking bastard, isn't he? Look at him. No wonder he's friends with the Dreadnoks. Dumber than a box of hammers too, if you ever watched the cartoon. Now he's looking like Metalhead. I dig it. Very cool. And there is a nice little HUD on the visor too, on the goggles, which is pretty sick with the target acquisition system there. Love it. All right, we'll leave that on for a minute. I'm not going to do his helmet yet because I want to save that for later. Let's work on the old backpack. So this contraption, as you can see, is of quite substantial size. And arms have some good range of movement in them. Pivot all the way around, up to a fixed position. So you can have them sitting there, I guess, like just off his shoulders or down. They've done a really good job with this. Now, over time, how loose those become, well, that's a different topic, but yeah, they're pretty dynamic. Very nice. Let's have a close up look at the backpack. Some nice detailing all along here. You can tell this was a labor of love for Lenny. He's definitely put a lot of time, care, attention, effort, and detail in this thing. You'll see the front of the tubes here have like a faux alloy look to them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's really nice. Let's see how it goes on his back. Oh, there's more detailing in here actually. I'll give you a look on the inside. Very cool. Now, you see affixed to his back, he's got 2 pegs and the hole there. So obviously due to the weight, I'm guessing they've decided that that was a good idea, and I applaud that. And that is fitting really snugly on there. There's no gap between the backpack and his harness, and that is how backpack should be done, Hasbro. Love it. And look at that. Not coming off. Bloody good stuff. But and as you can see also when I did that, these didn't even move. Like, look. Let's try them in the up position, see if there's any give. No, they are as static as they come. How good is that? Love it. This is what you want in a deluxe figure when you're paying a premium for all this gear. And for a character who has such a loadout, it shouldn't be falling off. Like this is how it's done, man. This is how it is done. So before I load him up with the missiles and the blast effects, I'm going to show you what else this comes with. And there's 2 of these hoses. And they fit in here. I'm just trying to remember which is, I think is the right way. I dare say this is the right way. I could be wrong. Okay, so they aren't fitting too great, but let's see how this one goes. You know what? I think that might be better over there, actually. Yeah, I think that looks proper. This one, you can just give them a little twist and pop them in there. No, that one does not want to stay in there, does it? Okay, I'm just going to be gentle with that. Yeah, that one's not sitting snug for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it requires a bit of a twist. Anyway, we'll do one for now, just so I can show you. So, yeah, there's nothing more to it than that, than it is a hose. So, of course, you have the leg launchers. And they have the little socket here. And they are going to go on like so. Now let's see how easily these come on, because might be a case of just gently easing this on like so. Might be the best bet, and bang, that is on. There's no real sort of clip to indicate that that's going on, but it's on. It should be theoretically the same thing. Yep, they're just on. Although I don't know about these pegs, because that, maybe they're, I could see these being problematic over time, but for now, they're on. But there is not a lot of give in this in terms of moving it. And I am not prepared to fully try and rotate it because I don't think they're supposed to. I think they're just supposed to maybe stay in that position. And then you take your little hose here, and at the back, this might be a bit hard to see, but at the back here, see if I can get some more light on there for you. Okay, so after looking at it under some better light, in here, in the middle, there is a hole right between the two exhausts there. It might be a bit hard to see, but that's where the hose goes. So thank you for bearing with me on that front, because it's starting to do my head in. Now, I also have a feeling that these hoses aren't going to stay very well in place. Just a gut feeling. Maybe the length, like in terms of posing, maybe just on the shelf in a static position, they're not going to go anywhere. But if you're posing this figure around, then it might be a bit tricky. But that's it. That's how it goes in. Like so. So we'll quickly just jam the other one in there and away we go. I hope everyone's having a great day. It is hot as hell here in Melbourne, and we've got bushfires looming in our rural areas, which is not great. Thankfully, I am safe from that, but a lot of people are having to evacuate and stuff, which is pretty sad. Hopefully the damage isn't as bad. See, now in just putting this other one in, they don't want to stay in. That one just popped out and that one just popped out. So yeah, this is probably the first flaw of the design, and I'm certain I'm not doing anything wrong here. I don't think this is supposed to go in there, unless maybe it is. It just doesn't seem to make sense that that part would. Maybe it is. It is really difficult to get a read on that without, because it's so dark. Very fiddly. See, now that's the other way, but that's not working. So yeah, I definitely am pretty certain I had it correct. This is going to be a 20-minute review just based on the bloody hoses. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure I'll edit it down a little bit for it to not be. But look at that. It's not vibing with me, man. It just doesn't want to stay in there. Get in your home. Don't you want to go home? Sly little Adam Sandler reference there for you. Man. I'm sweating just putting these things in. All right. Oh, some shoddy camera work there, folks. Apologies. But they are in. Huzzah. But it's just come out again. Yeah, not great. That could be a case of something that needs to be glued, I dare say. All right. The blast effects. So we'll start with the small ones. There is 4 of these. I'm just going to show you one, and then I'm just going to kit them all out, okay? They are nice. Yeah, and in line with the other blast effects we've seen previously. And these smaller ones are for the legs. And they just go in like so. And they're snug as they come. That's the attachment point for the rocket. And boom. One leg launching rocket. I'll put them all in at the end and show you what he looks like fully kitted out. But for now, I'm just going to show you for demonstrative purposes how that looks. And I think the rockets can just sit in there flush like so. And that's not coming out either anytime soon, which is good. All right, the next one. The big blaster packs. Try saying that 5 times fast. Obviously go in our shoulder mounted launchers. Now putting these on, I'd be very careful doing so, and it might even be easier just to take the backpack off to do it, just due to the nature of the arms. So much easier. The rockets are the same as the small ones, but just slightly bigger. And again, just rotate them on like so. And that is that. And I'll just show you again, like they aren't falling out anytime soon. And in terms of the weight, well, that's a different story. Let's see how they hold up. Yep, that's sitting flush. And it can oscillate, staying up. That's what she said. Down. Out. So yeah, it is a dynamic rig, this. You can do a lot with it, but I would probably be keeping these down when they aren't in use, just for protective purposes. I'm going to show you the last piece, which is the helmet, and that is tough as guts. Of course, we did see this leak sometime months ago in terms of the prototype, and no one really knew what it was. It turned out to be metalhead, which is very gladiator-esque, and also somewhat samurai-esque too, if you consider the back cowl here, protective cowl, which is nice in terms of the deco on that too. Again, it's got that silvery finish. Very cool, very cool. And I don't believe that goes over any of the hair, so we'll just double check. I dare say it won't. It'll be too, yeah, it's going to be too big. It's going to stretch it. So don't try forcing that, kids. There is Sans helmet once again. So let me get him all fully kitted out and posed, and you can have another look at him. All right, so that was very easy to pose, and even with like moving of the articulated arms, he'll stand easily. And I know I do have him in that stance, but that was deliberate. I wanted to look like, you know, he's putting some pressure down. But let's just see how he is in a normal standing upright position. And by the way, I was able to push that hose in. It was just a bit stubborn. So look at that. No problems whatsoever. He's not top heavy. And you can easily flick that down. Flick that down. He's staying there. Again, these aren't moving great, but you can sort of pivot them a little bit. But yeah, he's fantastic. I honestly cannot fault this at all. Well done, Lenny & Co. It's an absolute home run. This really only leaves my review. Like, he's 5 sharks. No if, buts, or maybes. Worth every single cent. And man, you just got different looks with him as well. It's fantastic. Like, you don't need that extra head when you've got the interchangeable hair. Look at that. Traditional. And, you know, let's just have another little play around and put that one there. I'm going to pop his arms down here. Let's see how he looks on the side. Bang. Too easy. Perfect for your shelf. Perfect for action figure photography. Boom, bang, boom, kaboom, ba-ba-da-bum, bum, boom. Anyway, that's the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this first look at him unboxed. And if you want to see some more pics of him, I'll throw them up on my Instagram, sharkeyes_pics, and you can have a look there. Thank you for watching. Anyone new to the channel, thank you if you're subscribing. And that is all. Have yourself an awesome day, Yojo.